Hi, this is Rachelle with Journal Life's Journey, and I'm back for another Use It, Finish It. So, in previous videos, I mentioned that I am downsizing a little bit of my craft lab and I am trying to use the supplies that I have. So, in my efforts to downsize and organize and pack, because I'm packing some things away, I came across these two accordion folders. Um, so I have the white one here, they're letter size, and then this one is the black one. They were both full of digitals. They still have some digitals in them, but I have organized them a little better, divided things up a little better so that I can go ahead and put these away for the time being. And I may end up using those as storage for uh, future projects. By future projects, I mean where I have pulled papers like I have done here, which I will show you. I've pulled papers to go ahead and get them used in a project. So while I was going through those, I found that I had some ephemera there that I had printed. So while I was just sitting, going through those, after I had gone through and divided things up and reorganized everything, I started cutting out some of the ephemera pieces that I felt like I could use in some of the current projects that I have going on and some that I will start based on what I have here in this pile. So I just cut, the easy stuff. I went ahead and cut it up. I also had a few things that no longer fit with my style or fit as something that I would use. And quite a few of those things were printed on cardstock and they were single-sided. So I put those next to my printer to be the next papers that I use to print on. So the back side is just plain white cardstock. So I set it all by the printer. And when I need to print something on cardstock, I'll be using those papers. So I pulled all of that, the stuff that I know I would never use. I pulled that out. These are some of the other pieces of ephemera that I went ahead and cut. So it's not a lot. It's just, some things that were easy to cut while I was just sitting there. Some of it is printed on the back and some of it is not, like these library cards are not, but these postcards are. So, okay, so I got that. Then I noticed that I love this design. This is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I had printed, for some reason, I was printing multiples of individual designs. So I printed 4 of these, or I had 4. They did have the white border, but I went ahead and cut the border off, and then I put a sticky note on them. I want to use these to make envelopes and other ephemera, and I'm thinking of backing the envelopes with black paper. I wrote all of that down because when I get around to this, I'll forget. So I've got the note here on it, and I'm going to paper clip it together. I probably should have pulled myself some more paper clips out just to be sure that I remember what I plan to do with this. And this will probably end up just being an individual project. So maybe I'll make maybe 3 envelopes with it and then use the last one to make journaling cards or tags. I don't know. It's printed on 32-pound paper, so the paper is not too flimsy. So these are the She Blooms tags, and I think these are available free. If they are, I'll put the link in the description box below. I can use these in the Valentine folios/journal that I'm working on. These are also part of the She Blooms collection. These are roses. This is really, really grungy. I did various levels of grunge on these. These are all part of that same collection that I'm using for the Valentine journal. So I decided to pull those out of the accordion and I'm going to put those in the folder with the other supplies that I have for the Valentine journal. Now I'm totally late with the Valentine journal. I can never seem to be on time with things that I do for the holidays. I think I'm going to either stop doing things for the holidays or just do them whenever I feel like it because I get so far behind. I feel like, oh, I have plenty of time. And then I get in these moods where I don't feel like crafting or I don't have time to craft and things just fall by the wayside. So I don't want to keep doing that, but I do want to finish what I start. So again, use it, finish it. So those are going with the Valentine journal. Okay. This stack is just digitals. from various places. Some is printed on maybe 20-pound paper, and I feel like these top 6 sheets are on the very lightweight paper, so I was gonna glue them back to back. And I'm gonna make a tall journal with these because these designs, these prints are all vertical. They were all printed vertical. So I think this will make a nice spring, summer journal. Nothing, no specific theme. And I'll just use these pages, add a few pages, and make a very simple vertical journal. So I'm going to clip these together for that. And I think this will be the next one that I start on. This is the one I feel most inspired to work on at the moment. So I think this is going to be coming up really soon. So let's turn them over. Okay. This one with Black History Month being this month, thought it would be nice to do a more African American inspired journal. So I have all of these prints. I don't think I'm going to get to it this month, but and I do have only 2 paper pads with papers that would work with this that are more African American inspired. So I'm going to set this aside to use with those paper pads possibly. Not sure when I can get to it. Also, I have lots of misprints in here. These didn't print the correct color, but they're okay. I can still use them. These are completely off, but I felt like I could figure out something to do with them um, in some form or fashion. I may even maybe do some decoupage on them. Maybe, I don't know. But you see they have the lines in it, but there may be a way around that. So I'm going to keep all of those. Now, if this hadn't been printed, the misprints, they were printed double-sided, unfortunately. So there's nothing I can do to fix those that were misprints. That's why I'm gonna have to figure out another way to use them, but I don't want to toss them, so I'll figure out something. So let's click these together. It's a lot. I could probably make 2 books or definitely make a multi-signature journal with those. Definitely. Okay. So then these are shabby dabby doo dah, I think, for the most part. Yes. So this could just be a generic journal. It could be a small one signature journal or maybe a multi-signature journal. I think if I add other pages, of course I would. So that's what I have. Simple, single, or small signature journal. So something I could do with that. All right. Well, I guess I should be turning these over. Okay. Well, I guess I did. This stack, and all of this I already had printed, just hanging out in those 2 accordion folders. This is for a multi-signature generic journal. So again, these tags I think are already made. Don't remember where I got these from, but I think they were a freebie. Um, don't remember where this is from. See, I already actually used one out of this. I don't remember where this postcard thing is from. I think this is My Porch Prints. It looks like My Porch Prints. Now, there's nothing printed on the back side of these, and they're on cardstock, which I'm not sure why I printed them on cardstock, but I'll figure out a way to use them. Um, and I may do some stenciling or something on the reverse side. And then these are some pieces that some are printed double-sided, some are not. And I think some of this is My Porch Prints as well. Some of this is not sure where I got it from, but I had multiple pages, and this is Shabby Dabby Doo Dah. So I'm going to put all these together in one journal and see what I can come up with. Okay, so that's that stack. I guess I'm going to need some more of these clips. I can't believe I had all of this tucked away in those 2 folders. So this is from the same designer that uh had the African American inspired papers from. This is from that same designer. Uh And it's multiple colors, but I think because it's the same designer, I can make all of this work together. Again, these printed, they didn't print quite right, but I'm still going to use the papers. So, and then I just love this design. I've made an envelope with this design, and I think I've made some other things with this design. So, here it is, the full sheet. I will be using that. This will be an eccentric, simple journal. So something simple, but of course, because of the designs that are included, it's going to be a little eccentric, which is fine with me because I think these are so lovely. These are upside down. Look at that. Super pretty. It's really pretty. I like it. Oh, this goes with this too. Now, the last stack I have here is try to make a journal with these pages. So I'm thinking these pages probably don't really go, or there's like lots going on here. Okay, these are all blue inspired. So I'm kind of tired of blue right now because of a winter journal that I'm working on the other channel. I'll link to those videos in the iCard up above. But I'm going to figure out a way I can use these papers to make a journal that will be mostly blue inspired. So that is all the pages for this, I think. Yes. So that's all those pages. And I know I have some in here that are probably misprints like this. It didn't print all the way, which is fine. I could probably just put these back to back and have a nice thick page. Things like that I can do. I can't do that with a cardstock. I could actually find the original file and just go back and print on the other side, but I can also use this side to be a little more creative or leave it white. I don't really have anything against leaving white pages. I just don't. I can stencil or stamp or something. Feel like I need to do something to that white space or some of the white space. Okay. So that is everything that I kind of organized last night. Like I mentioned, this one still has lots in it. I'm not gonna go through and pull every little thing out, but I have quite a few things that are repeats of some of the items that I've already pulled out here. So, and I'm just trying to keep everything separated and organized. Like this is all shabby dabby doodah, but I didn't pull all of those out to use with the stuff that I'm using with shabby dabby doodah because they're single sided and I only want a limited number of single sided pieces. This is shabby dabby doodah again, but it's got misprints. And then this is um, a sea themed. I think this is from Artie Mays. So there's still plenty in here, um, like this, that I can use in future projects. And I have quite a few of my own digitals in here. The bulk of this is probably my own digitals that I have tucked in here in the back. So eventually I will get to those things and use them. But they are nice and safe, organized in here. Since I've put my eyes on them once again after probably a couple of years, um, I know where to go. I'm going to store them in a more accessible way. Let's put it like that. This doesn't have that much in it anymore. I took the bulk of what was in here out. I have lots of like moon themed, astrology themed, astrological maybe, I don't know, themed digitals that I'd used on a project. They're one single sided. So I may be able to do something with them. They're on very nice cardstock. Again, I haven't decided yet, but I may be able to print on the back of these. Some of these are double-sided, but the majority are just single-sided on cardstock. These are all misprints. I don't know what's going on with my printer at the time. Yeah, they're double-sided, unfortunately, so there's not much I can do. And then these are just random bits and pieces that can probably work in the eccentric journal, but I'm going to leave all of that in here. Again, this one is very lightweight. There's hardly anything in that one now. And I don't know if I'm going to slide these back into one or both of those, but these are the projects that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to take these two out and hold off on these. How many is that? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to keep these, whatever I make with these, very simple, quick and easy. Same thing with this. I think the bulk of the work that I'll be doing for these will be on designing the covers. The actual insides will be relying mostly on the design of the digitals and the other papers that I put in them. So they'll end up probably being more writing journals than journal art, if you will. Okay, I just wanted to share another step in my process of using it and finishing it. Okay, I just did some editing to my mic, so hopefully it's okay. If it's not, I will do some more adjusting. I was going to go ahead and end the video, but I decided to get started on the tall, skinny journal while I have all of this out. So I've already done one of gluing the pages back to back. And I like the quality of it. It gives it a nice feel, a nice heavy weight. So I'm going to go ahead and do the remaining bits. And this is how I'm doing it. I'm using my Scotch permanent glue stick. And I'm just putting the pages back to back like so. I have some packing paper to catch anything that, any over gluing. And I wish it stayed a little more firm to the desk, but I'm just going along the edge. I'm not trying to do the whole thing at one time. That way I can make sure I don't miss areas and that I can make sure the glue is still nice and wet. Then I turn it around and pull it back as far as I can, but not too far. And then just do one little section at a time. And smooth it down and keep going. And I'm going to take my card and smooch it. Sure everything is glued down well. And I'm going to set that aside and let it dry and do another one. I think this is the only other one that I have. Yeah. So let's do this one. So that's done. Let's go ahead and trim them up. All right, so now we got double-sided paper. This one I didn't do smooth down as well as I would like to because I had to step away for a second, but I think it'll be fine. All right, so let's fold these in half the long way. So we got 3 pages. And I'll probably come back and ink the edges on these. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and trim all of these down. And then I will be back to proceed. Okay. So I got everything trimmed up. I'm not sure I'm going to use this one yet, so I didn't trim it. All the design papers are cut down close to the same size. So I'm going to just go ahead and start folding them. All right, so we have 3 signature bases to work with, 5 pages each. I will add to these probably with some coffee or tea stained paper and maybe just some other blank type papers or some ledger paper. I'm going to check my stash and see what I have, but I think I want 8 to 10 pages in each signature That might be too much, but we shall see. Okay, so these are some of the papers that I'm going to add, and I will add the coffee paper, which I didn't get. So I'll get that, and then I'll add everything to it. These are the signatures, and I am going to make my cover from this file folder. I'm wondering, should I go ahead and make the spine now, determine my spine width now, maybe add a little to it, or if I should do it later. I think I want to do it now. And I think, let's see, right now we're at about 3/4 of an inch. Almost, well, no, we're a little over, probably 7/8 of an inch, so almost an inch. So maybe I should make the cover an inch and a half. Think that'll be enough, or 1 3/4 inches. I don't foresee filling this up a lot, but it could happen. So I'm going to use the natural scores in this. That's only how much? That's about 3/4. So did I say 1 1/2 inches? So this is what I'm going to do. Where's my scoreboard? I am going to line this up in the center on my 6. Take my bone folder and score at 3/4 on this side and 1 2 3/4 on this side. And that should give me 1 1/2 inch spine. I'll probably end up reinforcing that with some packaging or another piece of file folder. But here we go. Or some tape, maybe. I might use some of that tie-back tape that I have that I don't use because it has tie-back printed on it. All right. I'm gonna need that again. So I put this in here. This is what it looks like. Um, and if it's too big, I have ideas to add to it. All right. So this needs, I think this is gonna be like 4 1/4. Yeah, 4 1/4. So it needs to be at least 4 1/2, and I could make it bigger. Let's see, should we do 4 3/4? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Do I want to make these like flips on the inside? I was thinking about making this one a flip on the outside, but then I could use this side as the front actually. I'm just gonna have to mark it and then open it up and score it. I think 4 3/4. And then this side, 4 3/4. Now this is gonna fold one way or the other. I don't know which way. I could make it go this way, tuck something in the front. But no, I think it's better to go inside. So this is gonna be front, back, and I'll have to come up with papers to cover that. Or no, I can't use fabric. I have to use paper. Then this will go here, here, and here. They'll be spread out like so. All right, so let's look at reinforcing the spine a little bit. What have I got here? I don't think any of this is going to work. Sorry, fold it up to be something else. I'm going to have to decide which way I want that flap to go. I kind of feel like I want it to go to the front. All right, but I think this is a good place to stop because I have to find some papers to cover this and hopefully give it a little more strength. So it will be cardstock papers. That's what that looks like so far. Let me know what you think. But that is it for this Use It, Finish It episode. Let me know what you think about this and how I am using my stash. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Bye.